I'm really not a public speaker, especially not about personal things. But I know it's important, and St. Nick's is important to all of us. So I'm going to do it, but bear with me, okay? All right. Well, I was raised and confirmed in the Roman Catholic Church, as many of you know. We've been around a bit, so you probably heard my story. And I love the music, I love the liturgy, but I really never felt it was my spiritual home. As I grew into young adulthood, I was more the Easter, Christmas kind of churchgoer, you know. Steve, my husband, was the same. And, but we always thought, when we have children, we'll find a faith home, right? And we wanted to raise them in a welcoming faith community. We ended up having 4 wonderful kids, and many of you know them. Chris, Tess, Katie, and Ren. But finding a welcoming faith community proved to be a little bit elusive for us. You see, my oldest son, Chris, at 3, was showing pervasive developmental delays and was eventually diagnosed as being on the autism spectrum. They told me he would never talk and that he'd never have a friend. And it was very hard. He was uncomfortable in crowds. He hated noise. He hated eye contact and had huge anxiety about speaking. Many of you even now will see him hop. He has tics and interesting behaviors. And he's kind of on his own little planet. But he is a wonderful kid. But we did find that showing up with 4 wiggly kids, especially one with special needs, really tested the welcome of a church. We should be the testing family. If you say you're welcoming, we should come and test you out. Around 2005, we got a small postcard from a new Episcopalian church, St. Nicholas in Darnestown. Steve and I thought this might be an option for us. So we put the postcard on the refrigerator, the place where all important things in the family go, and planned to go as soon as we could. Well, things in my family moved slowly. So in the summer of 2008, Tess, our oldest daughter, came home from a sleepover. Her friend's family had taken her to church, and she came back and told us that if we weren't going to church, she was going to go join the Lutherans. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Lutherans, absolutely not. But Steve and I thought perhaps this was God telling us time to test out St. Nick's. So we did. The weekend before Halloween, unbelievably, we went to Seneca Academy for the first time. And we found this warm and welcoming church. It was casual. It was forgiving. Father Ken's sermon was engaging, and it was brief, which was actually really nice. And unbelievably, we found a friend for Chris. You see, Chris's friend, Jeff Staley, who he met at the autism program at Montgomery Village Middle School, was sitting in service in the row ahead of us. It was God's work. We had found our spiritual home. Tess and Katie sang on the choir, loved it. Steve still does. I might be joining if she'll have me. Right, Carolyn? You're going to forgive me, right? All right. And then when my dad died, my mom came and joined the church. And so with all 4 of my kids, with the guidance, love of Father Ken, Reverend Terry, Mother Siobhan, Reverend Beth, and all of you were confirmed. Even though my kids are now young adults and more in the Easter Christmas mode of church attendance, they still see St. Nick's as their spiritual home. And based on this experience, I do my best to continue in the St. Nick's tradition of providing a warm welcome to new parishioners, especially ones with young children. They need support, they need care, and no one knows more than me what that means. So thank you all.